Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about a review of film. It is from India with Hindi language. It has come out at 2022. Here about Anjulika, a sister of a big mansion. In 2004, there was an exorcism of devilish spirit that haunt a mansion, and those people are the priests who try to exorcise and expel some magic words. As we can see here that the woman is try to escape from the mansion, but he finally get jailed, and thus the family of the previous owner abandoned the mansion. Now, as we can see here, the ghost was trapped for 18 years. Now, at the present, there is a Ruhan, a man, and Reed. She is a sister of Anjulika. They are in holiday and they met an accident of a bus. They try to discuss and some documents that left in Reed's home. So she tried to contact her family, and we can see here that Reed tried to connect her sister, but he overheard that Reed is trying to avoid a wedding party. After landing the handphone, she finally stated that she doesn't want to come back home. Now it's time for going home and they try to ride a bus. This accident meeting was nice for both of them and gave such an impression that they try and enjoy each other's company. But an accident happened that the previous bus that they tried to ride was on accident, and those whole people were on bus were dead. At this time, we can hear that Reed tried to phone her sister Sagar, as he is the fiancé of Reed's son, but she knows that Sagar have another darling. So Reed thinks that she should not come back home, or Sagar and Reed will be wed. So Reed try to find another idea that may solve her problem and try to end their wedding's plan. And soon, Reed try to contact another family and remember that in such a certain place in their previous owner, there was big mansion that Reed's younger self remembered to live there. It's been abandoned for 18 years, for so long, but suddenly the home was unlocked. Soon Reed and Ruhan came in, but the mansion suddenly were on. The lamp were glorious. And soon we can see here that a servant tried to confirm to Mr. Thakur that the mansion was on again. There was something big happening soon in the mansion. He Reeds tried to hide out from the family because he stated that she doesn't want to come back home, so she blamed that she were dead. She informed her family that she was dead. Here Ruhan keeps playing to the family that she is not a common people, but she can talk to the dead people. And he said that he can talk to Reed spirit that she doesn't want to leave the mansion. And Reed wants that everyone in the mansion should leave and come back to the mansion, like how they lived back then. Here Ruhan tried to discuss with Mr. Thakur family so that all the members of the family can live again in the mansion. Even though the Mr. Thakur was opposed the idea, but Rukhan keep having an idea that may help Ritz to never come back home, and thus they may be successful and let Sagar and his darling to wed. Here finally, the final words of Rit is being delivered by Ruhan. Ruhan said that Rit's final wish is to see to see Sagar and her sister to be wed together. Both the groom and the bride, soon to be, they are not worried. Of course, they are happy to hear that because they have good feeling towards each other. For so long, Red's being hid in the mansion and she tried to keep out the information of other family that she lives there. Here we can know that both Ruhan and Reed keep getting closer to each other. But suddenly at night, Ruhan keeps hearing a sound of walking. It is a necklace, and she finds out that there was the same man behind him that coming to the close the door. He find out that Angelica, suddenly out of nowhere, she was there. Soon an early morning, since that happening, Ruhan becoming more popular among the family members. And soon the love of them become blooms between Ruhan and Reed. Here we try to know that Ruhan keep getting curious about what's behind the door. Ruhan keep asking the people, the servant, and try to see the answer. What is the thing behind the door? Here, Angelica is telling the story of how the evil spirit behind him is being jailed. Dipanshu is the father of twin. He is an accountant that is being hired by Mr. Thakur and led the doctors as a good dancer and learn in the mansion. Angelica and Manjulika both are maternal twins, but only one of them is being loved by the father. Thus, Manjulika keep getting jealous. Over the years, Angelica keep getting love, but Manjulika learning about black magic, and thus he learned that one of Mr. Thakur's son is being loved by two women at the same time. Both Angelica and Manjulika loving the same man. Here we can know that in the India, dancing and singing is part of the culture. Here, Manjulika listening about the wedding planning, but only one of them is getting received by Mr. Thakur's son, and the one who is accepted is Angelica. But Manjulika have bad idea. Looking at her sister's wedding, she keeps getting jealous and anxious that she wants to kill his own twin. Looking at the father was searching for his daughter. Thus, he kept angry at Manjulika about what she did, what she was planning going to do to her own sister. Out of anger, Manjulika killed her own father. She loved her father too much, but her father never truly loved her. Thus, the black heart, envy, and jealous keep growing on her. At night, Manjulika trying to kill Anjulika, but here we can see that Anjulika stopped Manjulika. Thus, Manjulika died. But the husband died killed by Manjulika. For those years, Manjulika was keep getting angrier. All the family tried to seek help. There were even 8 people died because of Manjulika. Even though it is the movie, there was a comedy and humor, but it does not overdo it, so it is good. Here we can see that Ruhan, as a popular supernatural, saying that he might solve the problem of this family mansion. Thus, as we can see, he ran away, but he found out the closed door and finally Reed entered the door and meet the real Manjulika. What happened inside? We will know it later. And now, the priest and the family of Thakur are discussing about the truth of Manjulika and Anjulika case. Here we can see that Ruhan get back to the closed door and see that there was a spirit inside the door. Thus Reed was being possessed, but it was fake. She just played a game. At night, Manjulika come back and tried to haunt Anjulika. There was some shadows and people roaming in the mansion. Thus, the sleepless night kept getting worse. Even Ruhan was asked by Anjulika. Finally, Reed's identity is known that she is still alive. At night, Anjulika dreamed that Manjulika come back and try to kill them again. As we can see here, thus they made a certain plan to discuss how to solve and kill Manjulika for the last time. Thus, her evil spirit will never haunt the family members again. From far away, there was priests that soon to be invited to the mansion. But Manjulika possessed the body and finally killed all the priest's followers and let him kill himself. At night, in the mansion, Ruhan is really trying to seek out help, but out of nowhere, he meets Manjulika. So afraid of his existence, she almost fell off the cliff. Finally, with the hidden intention of the family members, Ruhan invited all members of the family trying to seek out for help that the evil spirit of Manjulika in the mansion is getting worse and more evil than before. Thus the exorcism must be done. He kept chanting, spelling words to move the spirit Manjulika away. Here, Rohan stated that Manjulika is very angry about them, that they did worse to her for the past 18 years in the mansion, locked her up and did nothing. Rohan kept telling the family members that Manjulika is not in the door, but one of them is among the family members. Manjulika tried to possess one of them. Manjulika is one of among us. As we can see here, suddenly Anjulika stated that the real herself is Manjulika. It's never been Anjulika. In the clip, Manjulika stated that the real her is not Manjulika, but she is Manjulika. The evil Manjulika that possessed Anjulika finally come out and claim herself. This is what happened in the previous years. At the time, Anjulika and Manjulika were getting spelled of black words. Those two bodies were exchange of spirit. The body of Anjulika inside is Manjulika, but the body of Manjulika is Anjulika. These two of them are being folk. They play each other cards and soon find out the one who killed her own husband is Manjulika, but in the body of Anjulika. All this time, the 8 members were killed by Anjulika. She played along and pretend. Finally, Anjulika was sad that the one who killed her own family is Manjulika. No one play with her in front of so many family members. Finally, Anjulika take action and revenge. She put her twin sister in the locked door and tell the family members to forgive Reed, and they must leave the mansion. Thanks to Rohan's help, finally the cover of Manjulika in the body of Anjulika can be seen. Finally, in the end, Anjulika could revenge and kill Manjulika. Thus the mansion is abandoned again. This is the end of Bulaiya Season 2. Thank you for listening.